Nancy today. Oh, let's see. How are we doing here? Look at that. I am over the halfway mark. I have gone 827 kilometers and I have 819 left to go. Isn't that cool? So I am over halfway there. We just passed Shenandoah Skyline Drive. Lovely, eh? Anyway, I've been listening to the radio. I was listening to a talk show host, and I was really surprised. I don't really follow any politics. I'm just not that interested. But I am amazed at what I'm hearing on the news. The two sides are so split. Obama and whoever is the Republican people. It's just incredible, the anger. I have never seen such a division in between them. And I don't believe that the things that they're saying are true. You know that the first casualty of war is the truth. Now remember that. Was it Winston Churchill that said that? I don't know. It was somebody great. The first casualty of war is the truth. And it's like a battle right now, right? And the first casualty is the truth. And they both think that they're telling the truth and the other side is wrong. You know, and everybody believes who they want to believe. But the reasoning behind some of these arguments are really self-centered and flawed. You know, it's you know, one thing about America, it's me first. Me, I'm the best, I'm the biggest, give me what I want. I get what I want, I have it because I work for it, or I have it because it's mine, or I just deserve it because I'm a human being, but there's a very me mentality, and there's not as much you, how can I help you? It's a lot different in Canada. People, you know, we have a lot of capitalism in Canada. We've got an incredible amount of companies and rich people, and we've got some poor people. And capitalism works, but there's got to be a limit at what cost, you know, to grind the faces of the poor. Isn't that in the scriptures? Isn't that a sin to grind the faces of the poor? And, you know, what would Jesus do? Hey, I think that's a porcupine up in that tree there. No, it was leaves. What would Jesus Christ do? You know, the widow and her mite. The widow and her mite, that was all she had, and she gave tithing on the widow and her mite, you know. While the rich young man, his tithing, he didn't want to part with his tithing. What was it that Jesus said, you know? It is easier for a rich man to go through the eye of a needle than, you know, it's easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than the rich man to enter into the kingdom of heaven. Now, he did not say that it is bad to be rich, but what we do know is that it was important to him that we sacrifice and that we don't love our possessions. We love people, not our possessions. It's okay to have possessions. It's okay to make money. It's okay to have money. But we don't. If we turn away the beggar and the homeless and the fatherless, you know, like before the judgment day of God, what is really going to be important? I don't want to, you know, there's a song I love. Poor wayfarer. Oh, I'm very shrill, aren't I? Poor wayfaring man of grief hath often passed me on my way, pursued so humbly for relief. medical attention. There was a man that needed medical attention, and he was from a very unpopular group of people. He was a member of a group of people that the religious people did not go near. Those people are really awful. Don't go near them. And yet here he was, he needed a medical attention. He was lying on the ground. He had succumbed to injuries. And what did the Savior say? What happened to the Jewish priest? He stayed on the other side of the road and walked by, or the rabbi, or whatever he was. And anyway, there were several people that walked by and didn't do anything. And what did Jesus Christ say? Okay, there was a Samaritan. That's right. The man that was hurt was not the Samaritan. The man that was hurt, I don't know who the man that was hurt was. Jewish, I think, maybe. Anyway, there was a hurt man. The person that stopped to help him was a good Samaritan. He was from Samaria. And Samaria was like, we don't hang out with them. I don't know, like, were they Mexican gangs? Or were they illegal immigrants? Or were they white trash? Or were they black folks on welfare? I don't know. But the Samaritans and the Jews did not hang out together. And so this Samaritan crossed the road and went over and picked up the man who his group hated, the rival gang member. Maybe it was, anyway. He who they didn't like. And supposedly they were supposed to be enemies. Just like in the United States right now, there are so many enemies. There are the people that who hate the people who are illegal, who haven't, who don't work, who haven't, whatever the reasons are. There are definitely people to be hated and people who hate. This is not an emergency. This is just a test. It's all just a test. If you die tomorrow, if you die today like my father just did, what is really going to be important? What is really going to be important? When Jesus Christ taught those people, he said, the Good Samaritan took this man, bound up his wounds, gave him drink, and took care of him. He took him to an inn where there was somebody who could take care of him. He took him to the local hospital, and he paid his hospital bill. This was a man that didn't have insurance. And this man who had means helped him out. And that's what Jesus Christ said that we need to do. But right now it appears that those who have are pointing fingers at all the beggars, the homeless, the lame and cripples. I have a friend whose son needs to go to the doctor. But he's 18 years old and he can't find a job. He's not covered by her insurance. And he can't find a job. But he needs to go to the doctor. And it's going to cost him $60 for the doctor, just to see the doctor. And she doesn't have the money. She's really broke. And he's trying everywhere to get a job. And he has a health condition. He needs to be seen. You know, he could get really sick if he's not seen. And what is this they're talking about, that it's unconstitutional to help people out? It's like Satan has so much power right now. He has so much power to turn the hearts of the children against each other. It's really awful. But for the grace of God, there go I. I was born into a family that has. My mother was poor. She was a farmer's daughter. Her mother was a teacher. She was poor. My father came from well-off people. They were doctors, or, whatever. They were educated. Of course, their parents had been farmers, and none of them had anything. But my father's parents